Apologies for being a little late here. We had a little bit of time mix-up. There was going to be a slideshow with this. There will not be. You will just have to listen to the sound of my mellifluous voice wafting through your ear canals. Think we can handle that, right? All right, cool. This is the 100 games you absolutely, positively must know how to play 2021 edition. This is an unalterable list. It's going to be correct forever, and we knew that in 2015, and of course, nothing changed after that point, except this: about 30,000 games were released in the last 6 years. It's not a joke. That's an actual number, and so a lot changed on this list. It still covers a lot of the same mechanics that it used to cover, but it's still the list that, but so much changed that I think we needed to reevaluate it. So I think it's a better list. You might disagree. You can compare it to the last one and see if you agree with that. Now, but let me describe what it isn't first. It's not a list of the 100 best games. You like a game better than every other game on this list. I know that. Fantastic. This isn't about greatness, and it's not a list of the most important games either. So it's like, yeah, there were some really important games that didn't make this list, didn't make it in 2015, might not make it this year. But that's okay. We're not really trying to look at notoriety here. It's certainly not a list of the most fun games. Some of these things, well, I don't know, man. You might find that these are not the most enjoyable games to you. That's okay. We're just trying to teach here. It's the list of 100 games that if your friend Zeb walked up and said, you know, I've never played that, you'd say, Zeb, we have to fix you right now. So this is how to be a well-rounded gamer. Let's get a couple things out of the way first, because I know you're going to say, why the hell is this not on the list? So let's talk about what's not on the list. I didn't put any 500-year-old games on the list. All right? I didn't put any game that's public domain and no one knows who invented it. If you need me to tell you that chess, air hockey, Mancala, hearts, rock, paper, scissors, Texas Hold'em, backgammon, pinball, charades, Go, shotgun, tic-tac-toe, those are all great games. You can go. Right? I didn't put the game that started it all on the list. If it's an important game but nobody really plays it now, it's not on the list. Sinnoh, Asteroid, Doom, Chainmail, Mortal Kombat, Gettysburg, Midi Maze, Wiz War, Pong, those aren't on the list. I didn't put the game whose rules are irrelevant on the list. If you don't have to know how to play it, it's not on the list. Sinnoh, Jenga, Mousetrap, Trivial Pursuit, Pac-Man, Concept, Angry Birds, Peggle, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Those aren't on the list. I didn't put Monopoly on the list. You know that it's a game that teaches you critical, important things. I'll have a replacement for it later, but for the moment, understand, these are going to be games that you want to actually play, I think. All right, I didn't put your game on the list. I know you're great. Next time, I promise. So I've broken this down by category. These category definitions, seriously, I'm just trying to summarize things here. So if you think something should be a platformer and not an RPG, I understand. I'm just going to move on. I'm also going to tell you what got cut. I'm going to turn off my phone is what I'm really going to do. I'll tell you each time in each category which things got cut, and then I will tell you what's on the list now. All right, we're going to start with tabletop RPGs. There were 5 games on the list before. So I cut Dungeons and Dragons. No, I didn't do that. I'm joking. No, come on, I wouldn't do that. I cut Mouse Guard and How to Host a Murder, though. That was actually pretty hard. Now on the list, number 1 is Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know how to play Dungeons and Dragons, find somebody who will teach you. It's the most important game of all time. That's every game. That is the only game on here that is a traditional RPG. So Call of Cthulhu, Top Secret, Gamma World, all those games, not on the list. Vampire the Masquerade is, though. Vampire the Masquerade is a very different kind of role-playing game. It's something where you get to dive in to a large open world of people playing roles in real life, sorta. And you know, those are sort of the two pillars of what I would call popular RPGs. After that, it gets a little weird. But I think you should follow me on these roads. Number 3 on the list is Fiasco. Fiasco is a game where you are given impulses. Now, this is a weird game because 2 years ago, it changed genres entirely. It dropped all of its dice and replaced them with cards. And that's just the kind of thing I would expect from the designer of this game, Jason Morningstar. But the point of this game is it's a storytelling game where there is no game master, and the game master rotates around. It's a very different kind of game, and I think it will lead you down some very interesting roads. After you get sort of, I think, those 3 cornerstone games down, I want to introduce you to a couple of other games maybe you don't know. Number 4 on the list is Monster Hearts 2. Monster Hearts is a game powered by an engine called Apocalypse World. It is a game set in a high school where the characters deal with all of their problematic issues with drugs and sex and things like that. It is a consent-based game. And it is perhaps one of the most interesting experiences you can have as an RPG player. I liken this to the movie 13, which is a terrifying thing to me. The idea of really knowing what teenagers do in their lives is something I don't really want to know about. Monster Hearts will require you to confront that. It's a pretty fascinating game. And after you get done with that, I needed a replacement for How to Host a Murder, and I finally found one. That game is called Dread. Dread is an RPG where a bunch of people come together and craft a horror story. And in the center of the room is a tower of blocks, often called Jenga. And as you participate in the horror elements, the tension is ramped up by pulling pieces out of the Jenga tower. It is about the only time I have ever seen a room of role-playing gamers go silent, even if they weren't actually playing the game. I encourage you to check that out. All right, I'm gonna cut to electronic RPGs. Let me tell you what got cut from that list, and now you're gonna understand how this process went for me. I have cut Zork 1, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Diablo 2 from the list. Still remaining on the list, though, is The Secret of Monkey Island. Secret of Monkey Island is a comedy RPG. It's the first one, and it's pretty great. There was a huge battle for the spot at number 7 for which Final Fantasy game should make this list. Usually, last time nobody had any questions that it should be Final Fantasy VII, which is the right answer. But the new Final Fantasy is pretty good, so it's really going to be hard for Final Fantasy VII to make it to the next time I do this list. I still have Mass Effect 2 on this list. And I thought by now something would replace it in the action romance genre. I'm not really sure if that's a genre, but I think it's pretty good. And I definitely am not likely to remove Journey from the list. Journey is a game where you can interact with another player, except you can't actually talk to them, and you can only interact with them through the use of a cloak, I think. Like, it's a very difficult game to describe. It's just as much a music game and a visuals game as it is an RPG. Highly recommended. Check out the soundtrack by Austin Wintory. It's one of the great ones. And still holding over, this one I thought might be replaced, but it hasn't been. Depression Quest is still on the list. I caused a bit of a stir when I dropped this one last time. because we were in the middle of the Gamergate controversy. If you haven't played Depression Quest, it's a game about being depressed. And it doesn't have a satisfactory ending. It doesn't even have satisfactory branching points because depression isn't about that. What it is a coping mechanism, but at the same time, it's also a really good game. I considered Papers, Please to take this spot. I encourage you to check that one out too. Okay, here's 3 new entries into the list to replace the 3 I took out. Counterfeit Monkey. Anybody here know what Counterfeit Monkey is? Okay, well, you should all go check it out. There's a woman named Emily Short who writes interactive fiction, and I didn't think I'd ever want to replace Zork on this list until I discovered what she was doing. Counterfeit Monkey is a game where you are in the nation of Anglophone Atlantis, and you have the power, you've created these weapons that allow you to remove and add letters to words to change entire realities. It's a text adventure, that's all it is, but it's better than Zork. And that's a statement I didn't think I was going to be able to say, so please check out Counterfeit Monkey. All right, Diablo 2 is no longer on the list. What is? Hades. How could Diablo 2 be kicked off its own playground? I've never seen a game like Hades before. It's a Greek mythology game. It's a platformer. It's just a killing machine game. It's an inventory management game. It's all the things that Diablo was, and yet for some reason it doesn't seem like it takes itself quite as seriously. But at the same time, it's beautiful, and yeah, Blizzard, get to work. I removed Ocarina of Time. Fundamentally, I don't really care what Legend of Zelda game you play, but there is a new way to play it, and I encourage you to check it out. I picked, for the last spot in electronic RPGs, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past Randomizer. I just learned about this. I didn't realize this was going on. The concept that the game will randomize the elements of all the items you can get and so forth changes everything about Zelda. And yet it also changes nothing. Like, it's the perfect speedrunning game because you have no idea what you're going to run into. It actually tests something that speedrunners don't ever test. And so, I didn't think a Legend of Zelda game would ever captivate me like this one has. I'm sure Breath of the Wild's great, but look, check out Link to the Past. All right, deduction games. Here's something. This is what I cut off the list. Clue, Werewolf Mafia, and The Resistance. So what do I have left? We still have Mastermind. You all know how to play Mastermind. We still have Zendo. Now, Zendo is a game with little pyramids, and your goal is to extract the Zen koan that can be defined by the pyramid's placement. That all makes sense, right? Everybody got that, right? No, really, you just stack a bunch of pyramids up and you say, this is an example of a rule, and over here is an example of not that rule. What's the rule? And so it's what's called a Bongard problem, and it's fascinating. There's many other Ice House games with these little pyramids, but Zendo might be the best. All right, newcomers to the deduction game list. There's 4 new ones. Number 16, Mysterium makes the list. Mysterium is a game where one of you is dead. It adds to this incredible category of social interaction games. You know, games where you want to get people together and have a good time, and nobody can talk. I don't understand how that became a genre. Mysterium may be the best of it. One of the characters is a ghost. They put out a bunch of pictures, and you just have to figure out who killed them. It's a fascinating game, highly recommended. I replaced Clue with Detective. Am I really going to pull Clue off the wall when Detective is available? If somebody comes in and says, I really love mysteries. Detective is a game where you solve actual mysteries. There's cards that indicate various elements of it. You move around Richmond, Virginia. I do not understand why it's Richmond, Virginia. Like, that is literally the 100th city I would have picked in the United States, but fine. And you move around and you go interact with various people who have things to tell you, and you talk amongst yourselves and try to figure out what to do. That sounds like a mystery-solving game to me in a way that maybe, I don't know, Clue isn't really. I did not replace the Resistance with Coup or anything like that. I replaced it with Secret Hitler. Secret Hitler just does it right. I mean, yeah, it's a game about fascism. You're going to have to get over that. I've been playing a game about fascism for about 4 years, and I haven't really enjoyed it. But I do think Secret Hitler figured out how to do the Resistance and games like that just absolutely better. I mean, some of us are fascists, some of us are liberals, and it was not intentional. I appreciate the laughter, though. And we just have to figure out who's who, mostly by calling each other out in public, which is incredibly uncomfortable. So I don't think I'm ever going to play the Resistance again. Secret Hitler is my game. And added to the deduction games, wow, I've never seen a game like this before. Among Us makes the list. It's such a gentle-looking game, isn't it? And yet, people hate you in this game. Like you, all the things you did to them over time suddenly come back, and then you're out the airlock. It's a true deduction game, and at the same time, it's a vengeance game. It's a really good game. All right. The category is Teil games. I cut the two iconic Teil games from the list. I cut Acquire and Twixt. These are the two 3M games. They're classics. You should check them out, and then when you're done playing them, play the games that are on the list still. Number 20, Teil game Catan is going to make any list forever. So is Carcassonne. If you need me to explain those to you, please go to the board game library and play those games. You are now about to see self-congratulation in its true form. At number 22 in Teil games, of course, Betrayal at House on the Hill is still on the list. I mean, I can't claim credit for coming up with the idea for it, but as a developer who got to do this game, there is really nothing like it. The introduction of the trader mechanic in a Teil game, was otherwise it would just be a wander around the tiles and pick up stuff game, which is pretty good on its own, suddenly becomes a spotlight game where somebody has to take over the game as the bad guy. 15 years later, it still doesn't have a rival, which is pretty great. So I replaced Monopoly with the game that constantly gets described as a Monopoly killer. But you know what? I went to the store the other day, Monopoly's still not dead. Nonetheless, Lords of Vegas is on the list. James and Ernest and I came up with Lords of Vegas in 2004, basically to get a more enjoyable Acquire game together. And I don't know why it's gotten the Monopoly killer reputation, but you can go down to our booth and check it out. Basically, the idea is that you're building Vegas from the ground up. And so you put out casinos and discover that other people would like your casinos too. It's a city building game, but at the same time, it's also a backstabbing game and a resource management game and lots of other things. Twixt has left the list, as I said. Twixt is the archetypal move across the board game. And there's a new one now, which is just better. It might be forever. And that's James Ernest and Patrick Rothfuss' Tack, a Beautiful Game. On a 5x5 or 6x6 board, you just simply attempt to get your stones from one end to the other. It sounds very simple. It's not simple. It's an outfoxing game, but it also really feels like it's in the world of the King Killer Chronicles. It might be one of the greatest translations of a game that's ever appeared in a fictional work. So highly recommended. Please check out TAC, A Beautiful Game. Okay, tabletop puzzle games. This is one of my favorite categories, and I cut Boggle from it. I feel bad about that. So Scrabble, of course, is still on the list. Scrabble is going to always be on the list. And I started to think about what makes Boggle, or for that matter, Unspeakable Words, or Wordy, or any number of those games different. And fundamentally, they're all the same. They just have some little variation in them. You get a bunch of scrambled letters, and you try to make a word out of them. So I don't feel any need to put any of those other games on them, but obviously it's an entire genre by itself. Among the survivors from this, Can't Stop by Sid Saxon. Great game of moving across the board by rolling dice and trying to figure out which little pillars to keep. Set is a mechanical game where it's a card game where you have to match match shapes with each other or not match shapes with each other. You have to do both at the same time, in fact, which is quite a thing to keep in your head. My friend Robert says the brain cells that you use for that game cannot be used for anything else. And I kept Robo-Rally on the list, despite Mechs and Minions making a brilliant charge to take its spot. Robo-Rally is a game where you program your little robots to move around a factory. Unfortunately, everything in the factory is designed to crush them or knock them into a hole or kill them with a laser beam. What you do is you program your cards in advance and then hope. Because other people are programming their cards, and when they run into you or shoot you or knock you to the side or move the object you want to hit or whatever, then you still have to complete your program no matter what you know about it. So those are all still there. The tabletop puzzle game that took Boggle's spot, and I think it's well-deserved, is called Codenames. Codenames is a game where you put out cards that have words on them, and then you have to try to clue them to each other without cluing them to the other team, which is a crazy thing to do. You have to basically try to get them to find your cards and not the other person's cards, not the other team's cards. And they put in an assassin card to make it even worse. I wish I had thought of this game. It's one of the few games that's ever made me jealous. And the reason I wish I thought of it is because I would like to write 100 words down and be handed a check for $100,000. Which is, I assume, how the process of writing expansions for Codenames goes. Okay. Electronic puzzle games. That category wasn't touched too much. This one was. You Don't Know Jack, Bejeweled, Threes, and Scribblenauts are now no longer on the list. Yeah. Scribblenauts was a tough cut. Tetris is. I'm not going to explain Tetris to you. The Fool's Errand is also still on the list. I am going to explain The Fool's Errand to you. The Fool's Errand was written by Cliff Johnson. It was written for the Macintosh computer, a thing that very few games were written for. And so we who owned these strange little boxes devoured every game that came out for them. And The Fool's Errand was the greatest. It was a game where you had to solve these puzzles, but they were like tarot card puzzles and word hopping puzzles and just the strangest things you've ever seen. He also did another game called 3 and 3, which is also recommended. But The Fool's Errand, if you can find an emulator for an old Macintosh, those must exist, right? Play it. It's amazing. Two other classics stay on the list. You probably know them. One's called Myst. Myst is a game where you're on an island and nobody talks to you, and that's still pretty fun. Portal is a game where exactly the wrong person talks to you. You take a little gun and you shoot little holes in the universe and jump through them and hope. It's basically the whole game, but it's a really, really fun thing. I have it ahead of Portal 2, but you can go with whatever you like. All right, I said Bejeweled is leaving the list. I'm never going to play Bejeweled. I don't know why I put it on the list in the first place. But I'll play Marvel Puzzle Quest. In fact, I play it every day. Marvel Puzzle Quest took the idea of Bejeweled, a match 3 game, and gave me the Marvel universe to play with. And so I didn't know how many different things you could do with a Bejeweled clone. And it's all of them. Like, there are a lot of characters in Marvel, and they all do incredibly different things with just the simple idea of move one thing and knock the others out. So Marvel Puzzle Quest, well-deserved spot. I removed You Don't Know Jack, because how are you going to play You Don't Know Jack? You're only going to play it in Jackbox Party Pack number 1. And so I just said, get all the Jackbox Party Packs. Quiplash, Trivia Murder Party. Like, these are great little games built into this framework of the Jackbox Party Packs. I like Jackbox Party Pack 3, but you can choose whichever you want. Guarantee you that if you bring people over to your house and fire up a Jackbox pack, you will have a great time. All right, entering one of my favorites that I'm happiest to add to this list is Baba Is You. Baba Is You is a game about trying to make the world's words work the way you want them to. Words like is, the word is has never been so important. I mean, it's like what you have to do is you see a bunch of barricades or something, and all you have to do is transform the entire world by moving objects and then knocking words around so they form other sentences, other sort of word equations, I guess. I tell you, it may be one of the greatest levelers I've ever seen, so check it out. And then finally added to the list, there were no VR games on the 2005 list. 2015 list, sorry. But Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is on this list. As well it should be. Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is a VR game where one person is able to dismantle a bomb, they just don't know how. Your job is to tell them. You can't see the bomb. And so, talking somebody through being a bomb squad tech is actually kind of stressful. Pretty fun, though. All right, platformers. I didn't do much damage to this one. Lego Star Wars and Limbo didn't make the cut this time. Both excellent games, but not on the list. Super Mario Brothers 3 is still here. I said that no games that started at all, but come on, right? I mean, people are still playing this game every day on the internet. So I got Lemmings on here. I hope everybody still likes sending rodents to their doom. Tell you about a game called Eco. It may not be as well known anymore. Other people argued for Shadows of the Colossus to have this spot. Eco is a game where you are in a castle, you are a 10-year-old demon boy, and there's a princess who's stuck in it with you, and you just have to get her out. All you have to do is hold her hand all the way through the game. That's very, very stressful. It's a great couples game because it's like my wife and I played this, and I don't want her to fall into the abyss of shadows, right? So I held onto her hand, right? I mean, it's pretty great. Another game that's still on here, and I don't know that anybody else has tried to make a game like this, so I guess it probably will be for a while, is Katamari Damacy. Sometimes you just want to roll the world up in a ball. The world kind of sucks. Why not roll it up in a ball? And so, you start out with little tiny things that you roll up, and eventually you're rolling up the Eiffel Tower and rainbows and stuff like that. All for the service of this great hammer-headed god in the sky. It's a weird game, but it seems to be pretty good. I took out Lego Star Wars and replaced it with Monument Valley. It's a game about putting things together the right way, just like Lego Star Wars is. But I've never seen a game that understood that you were playing in 2 dimensions better than Monument Valley. You frequently have to turn or trigger various things, but you can't imagine that what's going to have to happen is you rotate 3D space in a 2D world. And so, Monument Valley and Monument Valley 2, I think, they're nice little mobile games. They might stand the test of time. I still have Braid on here. There's a huge debate in my office and my friend group over whether The Witness should take its spot. They're by the same designer, Jonathan Blow. The Witness is a great game about puzzle solving, and so is Braid, but Braid's just more cool. I don't know. You'll like them both. And then finally, the platformer that got added this year, took out Limbo's spot, is called Untitled Goose Game. Is this going to be on the 2026 list? I don't know. Have you ever played a villain like the Untitled Goose in the Untitled Goose Game? Oh my God, I have never felt so evil. The villagers just want to, kick the soccer ball or fly the kite or open the gate. What you want to do is ruin them. Oh, wow, is it fun to play an Untitled Goose. Simulators. Probably not too big surprises here. I cut SimCity 2000 and Farmville, both of which feel like they're in a different age right now. Civilization, though, is still on the list. Civilization is a game where you basically build history, and nobody else has ever tried to do it anywhere near as good. So I think it's probably going to stick around. I've got the original on here, but Civilization 4 is probably a good choice. I replaced SimCity 2000 with the obvious choice, which is The Sims. It's a different kind of city building game because your city talks back to you in Simlish. But, fundamentally it's the same thing. You have to build a world and then let it go and see if it makes it. StarCraft, you got to do a lot to knock StarCraft off its perch as the greatest war builder game of all time. And fundamentally, I don't imagine that this game is as popular in this room as StarCraft, but they're basically the same game. I have Madden NFL still on the list. First off, it changes all the time, which is pretty great, but also as a simulator of something important to people, I don't think it can be beaten. I mean, the idea that you're going to run a full season with the decisions you make at the beginning of the year really is like taking Robo Rally and making it your life. I think it's a very strong game, and I think we don't give it enough credit for how well designed it is. You guys heard of a game called Minecraft? Okay. Then I'll save you the trouble of explaining it. Number 50 on the simulator list is Stardew Valley. Basically, if you put the word valley in a game, I'm probably going to put it on my list. I like Stardew Valley because of how gentle it is, but also because of how burdensome it is. Like, it's taken Farmville's spot because you got to do the work, right? Like, you can't play Stardew Valley casual because nothing's going to make it, right? You're certainly not finding a spouse, right? If you're just like, the crops can die, right? I mean, like, so I think as a simulator, I think it's just as strong as anything else on this list. All right. From traditional card games, I cut Pit, Citadels, and Love Letter. That last one was a tough choice. I'm not going to cut Uno. So, I mean, Uno feels like a game that shouldn't belong on this list, and yet, have you ever seen a game do what it does better? Like, I mean, you have people come over and they want to play Uno. You don't get the other game that's like Uno. You play Uno. I don't have any, as I said, I don't have any public domain games on here, but so Bridge isn't on here, Whist isn't on here, but Tichu is. Tichu is the best proprietary trick-taking game ever made. And it's got cool dragons and stuff, so you can pretend that it's like a fantasy game. You don't have to worry about people coming over and asking you why you're playing Bridge. The greatest bean farming game of all time is Bonanza. I don't have any trouble with that statement. Still true all these years later. Bonanza is a game where you have to keep the cards in your hand in the exact order you got them, which is the most frustrating rule of any game I have ever played. And it is still the best. And speaking of rules and frustrating, you cannot beat Flux for that. Flux is the game that starts out with just 2 rules: draw 1 card, play 1 card, and then the world explodes. Because all of a sudden now it's like draw 7 cards, play 13 cards. Oh, by the way, you can't play cards that are red, and also, I mean, just you. But the brilliance of just designing a game that could expand its rules as the play went on is just fantastic. So those are all still on here. Falling is still on here. Falling is a game by James Ernest that you fall out of the sky and your goal is to be the last one to hit the ground. That's all you could think of, right? You got no other priorities. So you like hit people with stuff that are also falling through the air for no reason. Anyway, Falling is a great game. Gloom is another one that back from last time. Gloom is a game where your goal is to make a group of potentially otherwise happy citizens unhappy, and so you can kill them. Can't kill happy people. That's impossible. Everybody knows that. But, it's got a great little, it's by Keith Baker, it's got a great little Edward Gorey style to it, and the cards are transparent. That's why it's on the list. The cards, you can look directly through and see the card below it, and it'll still affect you because that part of the card isn't covered. But if you put another card on top of it, it does cover that card. Now that thing doesn't work anymore. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right. When I made the list last time, number 101, the game that did not make it last time and just muscled its way on here, is Hanabi. Hanabi is a game of fireworks. It's a very simple game about, getting the right fireworks, except they're on your head. Swear to God, your cards are being held up here, and you can't see them, but everybody else can. And that's a different way to play. So Hanabi, excellent. I know I'm putting it on here also because I'm not about to knock an Antoine Bauza game off the list, and I wanted to keep my Antoine Bauza quotient where it was. So after Hanabi, I said Pit was leaving the list. You all know Pit. Pit's that game where you shout out a bunch of words and you try to trade cards really quickly. And I was like, man, nothing's ever going to replace that, but something did. That game is called Happy Salmon. Happy Salmon is a game with 4 different cards in it. It's got Happy Salmon, High Five, Pound It, and Switcheroo. And you run around and you high five people, and you pound it, and you switcheroo, and you Happy Salmon. This is a real motion that is used in the game. And it's incredibly entertaining. It's the best game to play in a line ever. You will have a crowd. Okay, deck construction games. Okay, so I put Lords of Vegas on here. It's about time I punished myself for that. I cut Dominion, Seven Wonders, and the Pathfinder adventure card game. Yeah. Look, in 2015, the Pathfinder adventure card game was all the rage, right? I mean, we made a game that everybody loved, and it was great, but it's 2021. It's still popular, so's our follow-up Apocrypha, but it needs to be replaced. What isn't replaced? Magic the Gathering. I'm gonna move on. Look, it's the #1 game of all time. It's simply the greatest game, at least other than Dungeons & Dragons, in the hobby genre. It's gonna stay that way for the rest of your life. Ascension is still on here. I had to choose between Ascension and Dominion. Fundamentally, I just love playing Ascension, and I don't really love playing Dominion. But more importantly, Ascension is vibrant. Ascension feels like it is constantly in motion, and if you don't keep up with it, it's gonna leave you behind. A lot of people got mad at me for this one. I'm standing by it. Killer Bunnies stays on the list. Killer Bunnies and the Quest for the Magic Carrot is a game about rabbit puns, which, you can't do much better than that. But also, it's got a genius lottery mechanism at the end of it, where all the work you did over the entire course of the game is reduced to the draw from a deck of 12 cards. And so, you can think about all your micro wins and losses along the way, but fundamentally, you are working toward one thing. I want 9 cards out of that deck, so you have 3. And no other game has tried it, mostly because that's insane. Don't do that as a game designer, but it was really good. Smash Up remains on the list, Paul Peterson's game. Brilliant idea. It's not quite a deck building game because it's a shuffle building game. You take your 2 decks and shuffle them together, and then that combination is unique and has never been played. Well, maybe not never been, but maybe you've never played it before and you get a very different experience. So those are all solid games. I replaced the Pathfinder adventure card game not with Gloomhaven. I considered Gloomhaven. Problem is I don't actually want to play Gloomhaven. It's a great game, but it's just too much. So I put in Villainous. Villainous is a game, uses the 6 Disney villains, where you are those characters, you are the villains. And you have to put the heroes of those stories through their paces. Now, as a villain, you don't win this, right? That never happens. So it's this crazy activity about, you do investigate decks and just like in Pathfinder, but for a very different purpose. And so I think it's a great replacement for Pathfinder on this list. This isn't a deck construction game, but it's a something construction game, a pool construction game, a bag construction game. Not really clear. It's called the Quacks of Quedlinburg. So Quacks is about not ducks, and I was really disappointed, by the way. I was all set to play the duck game, and I didn't get the game I wanted. But Quacks of Quedlinburg is about alchemists or something. I don't know if any of them are actually alchemists. I think they're all charlatans, as evidenced in the name. But they have to build a bag of things, and it might explode. You put enough cherry bombs in your bag. Anyway, it's a very weird turn on the idea of deck building to just keep track of all these weird things that you have to merge together or it's like the potion miscibility table. It's like you don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, and then finally, I think I kind of begrudgingly did this. I put Hearthstone on the list. There are other deck construction games that are online that I think might be better, and I don't want to slam Hearthstone. I don't think it's the greatest game of all time, but boy, if I just want to introduce somebody to the concept of deck building, I'm not starting them with with Magic, starting them with Hearthstone. And I think it teaches you a way to play collectible games in a way that I don't think actual physical collectible games can do. So I've got Hearthstone on here. All right, electronic action games. I cut Halo. I also cut the BattleTech Pods, Towerfall, and You Have to Burn the Rope. Oh, by the way, what happened to Congregate? I was all like, You Have to Burn the Rope is the key example of the great revolution and Congregate, and is it still there even? I don't even know. But you know what's still there is Mario Kart 64. You know, there's other racing games, I'm sure, but they don't let you throw stuff out your backside, right? Like, you know, Need for Speed doesn't let you fire off turtle shells. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I don't need that. I want Mario 64. I'm not even a Mario guy, right? I don't even really care much about it. I got Super Mario Brothers 3 on here. I got Mario Kart. And then in the sole representative of the one-on-one fighting game, I've got Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Like, how did I become this person? I never played these games when I was a kid, but you know what? Super Smash Brothers certainly feels like the perfect way to introduce somebody to the fighting game, right? Because their character is in here. Like, every character is in here. So, I got one tower defense game on here. It's Plants vs. Zombies. You know, Team Fortress 2 is great, but this has plants and zombies. I don't think I need to explain further. Okay, there are many games that could replace Halo on this list. You know, and I'm not going to tell you one is greater than the other. I just think that if you're going to replace the game that Bungie made, you might as well replace it with the game that Bungie makes. So I have Destiny 2 on here. Destiny is a quantum leap in this field, but at the same time, it feels also very familiar. And so, as first-person shooters, I guess, go, I think it's an excellent choice. But you know, you could really pick anything that fits this generation. But there is no game, no shooter game that is like this one. First off, let's start with the idea that playing a first-person shooter in VR is very, very troubling. Like, you are in the middle of the action and you don't want to be in that action. It's way better if you have some distance. But first-person shooters in VR are a thing, and Super Hot VR is the greatest game I have ever seen in the first-person shooter genre. Super Hot VR is a game, if you haven't heard of it, where time is a relevant factor in a way that I don't think has ever been done before, which is the world moves only when you move. You can fire a thing and then not move, and it won't move. And so, like, if you stop moving, you can still be hit by other things that are moving. I don't know. There's a whole bullet time thing here that I can't really explain about Super Hot VR. You know what you're getting into. It's a first-person shooter in VR. But it's very cool. Okay, let's talk about rhythm games. I only took one off of here. I thought about taking others. I took Rock Band off the list because Beat Saber is just better. I mean, that's a world, if we put a VR helmet on, that I want to be in. I want to be a rock star, right? But the rest are still the same ones that we were here before. Dance Dance Revolution is, you know, I mean, I'm sure there are other games like it, but it's Dance Dance Revolution. Parappa the Rapper tried to get knocked off this list, but I mean, Who here was raised by this game? Like, there's a lot of people who learned to cook from Parappa the Rapper, right? Who still, when they make, an egg salad sandwich, are just going crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl. Like, that, we all, it is an absolutely arresting game. Okay, so last time I had Artemis Space Bridge Simulator on here. I took it off because this isn't the time to be playing games that require 5 iPads linked together. The world's changed a little bit. Let's just play Space Team, right? Artemis is great, right? But Space Team is something we can all just fire up. It's a game about stopping a spaceship from exploding, basically. But, you have to, move you have to, manipulate your phone, essentially, in the right way to stop that from occurring. Anyway, I think it's more of a game for our time, so I put Space Team on the list. Finally, in this category, I'm sure somebody else has tried to make a game like this, but I sure haven't seen it. Johann Sebastian Joust stays in its spot just because no one else can think of how to do this game. If you haven't seen it, it's probably being played right now somewhere in the convention. The idea is that you try to hit somebody with a stick, but they can't move too quickly or they'll get knocked out on their own. It's weird. All right, I'm going to rip through some strategy board games very quickly. Ticket to Ride, still on the list. It's a good game. You should play it. There are no other train games on the list. I removed Pandemic from the list. But not for the reason you think. Because I also removed Risk Legacy from the list. And just put Pandemic Legacy Season 0 on the list. Let's see. Lords of Waterdeep remains on the list. Let's see. There's a couple that kind of wanted to make their way on the list. There's a new concept in games called Roll and Write. And I'm not a big fan of them, but I think Welcome 2 might be the best of them. But specifically the Welcome 2 that is all about dinosaurs. It's called Welcome to Dinotopia. So I put that on here. There's a new type of game, not very new, but a type of game which is app-assisted board games. There's a new one. I like the game Descent before it was app-assisted, but I love it now. And so that's pretty great. The most contentious addition to this list, I think, for a lot of people, is a game called Wingspan. Wingspan, now, importantly, I've never met a woman who disagreed with its placement on this list, right? And that's important because the designer, Elizabeth Hargrave, is one of the leading advocates for women in the gaming industry and is a fantastic person. Wingspan's a game about bird collecting, right? But and I don't know whether it invented anything that's in it, but the combination of things that's in it is the best combination of things. And plus, it's got a bunch of little eggs, and a bunch of little eggs is pretty great. Okay, tabletop war games. There were some changes here. I kept Stratego, I kept Ogre. These are classics. I kept Axis and Allies, and I kept Diplomacy. Diplomacy is that game that if you have too many friends, that will fix it for you. I added a game that really tried to get on the list last time. So I said last time that HeroClix was the only miniatures game on here, and that just felt wrong because it's not really all that much of a miniatures game in its weird way because it has all click bases and stuff like that. So I put a real one on here. War Machine is a game by Privateer Press. It's the cleanest war game, miniatures war game you're ever going to find. Strongly recommend it. And then finally, fairly new game about mech farming, which is called Scythe. Scythe is a game by Jamie Stegmaier's team that, you basically get battle mechs, but you also got farms to keep going. And so you got to figure both of those out at the same time. Open world video games. Grand Theft Auto still on the list, still number one. Assassin's Creed still on the list. I know I could replace World of Warcraft, but I'm not going to, so stop it. But I took Second Life off the list because I think Second Life took itself off the world. And I replaced it with the only thing that worked last year, and that's Animal Crossing New Horizons. Everything about Animal Crossing was the game, it was the world you wanted, the life you wanted. Just happened to have, sheep and stuff. Talking sheep. And this one's obvious. Ingress was on the list last time. It's not anymore because Pokemon Go has taken over our lives, and God bless Pokemon for it. Okay, creativity games is the last category. Last time I had Cards Against Humanity on this list. People had some objections to that, so I'm just going to rectify it and say you should get Apples to Apples. I took Time's Up off this list, and I put on The Quiet Year. The Quiet Year is a map-making game, I guess. The Frostmen are coming, and they're going to kill us all. So we should just make the best map we can between now and then. That's the principle of the game. Comes in a mesh, or like a burlap bag, and it's got a deck of cards with the seasons on it, and that's what I got for you. It's interesting. I think I skipped Illimat. Whoops. Sorry. I skipped Illimat. Illimat is a card game that's very similar. It's in a bag, but it is a bag of cards that are a different set of suits and stuff like that. It's my favorite game of a few years back. It was made by Keith Baker with the Decemberists, and it feels like it. So I highly encourage that. I'm keeping Dixit. I think Dixit is the best game of the what the hell did you just do genre. You just have to try to figure out what's going on in people's brains. I kept 1,000 blank white cards. 1,000 blank white cards is exactly what it sounds. Everybody writes down the rules that they want, and you play that game. And I kept The Extraordinary Adventures of Baron Munchausen because that game is about causing other people to tell the story you want them to tell. It's a story daring game, and I highly recommend it. I had The Game on here before. I removed it. Don't worry, you just lost it. And replaced it with a game that I cannot explain in any way. And that game is Blaseball. Blaseball is a fantasy baseball league. But, people die. And Cthulhu rises and I don't know, like everything. I actually don't play this game. What I do is I get the emails from the company that makes Blaseball, and I read them and I laugh. And I can't imagine what it is the people are doing to cause these things to happen in it. So, Blaseball is a game you can play without even playing it. And finally, the one thing that I recommend, obviously, I had a million other choices. We literally had 2,000 games submitted for this list. They're not all on here. I want to put them all on, but they're not. But the one that I'm not going to remove is the last one, number 100, is a game you designed yourself. Doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's been played with other people, but you should have a game that, if you want to be a well-rounded gamer, that makes you understand how games come together. And so even if you haven't designed a game, just go home and make one. Doesn't matter what it is. And then you'll feel like the people who made all the games on this list, probably exhausted, maybe a little frustrated, but in the end, you'll have helped humanity. And I think that's basically what we do for a living. So that is the 100 games you absolutely, positively must know how to play, 2021 edition. I'm sure nothing will change next time. Thank you all for coming.
Testing. Sibilance. Welcome to Geek Endangerment. Who's pumped? Yes. We are super excited to be here. This is the third time we've done this for PAX, but actually it's the first time we've done it in person, which is awesome. So let's give it up for everybody and all the enforcement. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you an intro into kind of what we're doing. We're going to introduce our awesome panelists, and then we'll kind of get going. So this is very much like a game that rhymes with Schmepperdy, but it's not. It's different, and it's called Geek Endangerment. But it follows similar rules. So we have a number of categories that we're going to be doing all within different geekdoms and IPs, okay? We will have the diurnal multiplier, similar to the thing that rhymes with Schmaley Bubble. And then at the end, we will have terminal endangerment, which is similar to something else. So that's kind of what we do. Now, here's the thing.
No knives involved.
What's that?
No knives involved.
Very few knives involved, guy. Very few. So what we're going to do, here's the thing that's a little different, okay? So we have some geek specialists here in gaming and comics and therapy. And what we're going to do is each person gets about 3 seconds to respond. If they can't respond and they don't know the answer, then what it's going to go is to Discord. And that's where you guys come in, okay? So we have the Geeks Like Us. You got a question? Let's see if I can do this. Is not my computer, but let me see if I can find, there it is.
Okay.
Is that a little better? Okay. Now, when you join this, I think it's going to make you, click something that says you've read the rules. Just click that real fast. And then at the top, you're going to see Geek Trivia. There is a reminder of the rules. And then there's going to be teams. Okay? So the teams are Leah, Amelia, and John. Yeah. All right. It'd be worse if someone booed one of them, like, boo. All right. So they'll be the teams. Now, you can pick a team member, whoever you want to root for. If they do not know, if they do not know the answer, then you can help out. You're going to be told by Mr. Judge, Dr. Anthony Bean, to go to Discord, and you can be answering the moment the question goes. They can then refer to the Discord and give it a shot. Sure. If it goes to Discord, they will either get half points or lose half points. And then at the end, each contestant gets to choose someone in their Discord group that they felt was the most helpful, and that person will get some loot, either in the form of dice or Geek Therapy cards, something that we have at the table at Geek Therapeutics. Does all that make sense? Awesome. Now we've got Dr. Shane Tilton here with the orange mask. If you're having trouble with Discord or something like that, just wave him down and he'll help you out. Yep, that's perfect, that's perfect. All right. Now, I have something a little weird that I like to do, at least on my last panel, and this is my last panel. My wife has this thing where if I don't come home at 6 and it's 6:01, the assumption is I've been murdered or died in some vicious way. And whenever I tell her about these panels, she's like, how did it go? Did everything go okay? With like a deep worry. So what I like to do is really, is this an adult panel? I like to fuck with her. So basically what I like to do is make her think it went really terribly by getting a video recording of everybody booing and being very mean to me, okay? So if we can just, in a minute, I'm gonna say go, and just be awful people.
Tell him he's really short.
What's that?
You're very short. You're not at all tall.
You're short!
Tell me he has no chest hair.
And he's not funny.
No, not at all. Okay, so are you ready? I know you're great people, but you're gonna be terrible for the next 5 seconds. And go. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started.
Perfect. Man, high school all over again. That's great.
Right.
Keep them coming throughout. Keep going. Come on.
That's exactly right. So I'm Dr. Ryan Kelly. I will be your host. I'm co-founder of Geeks Like Us. It's a media company that helps people turn their passions into careers. And we basically combine psychology with our favorite geekdoms. We also are running the Geek Therapeutics booth, where we train other psychologists to be able to help people better advance therapeutic intervention by using their geek interest. To my right, Judge Dr. Anthony Bean.
Hello, I am Dr. Anthony Bean, and I am the CEO of Geek Therapeutics. If you haven't seen us over on the booth yet, come and say hi with everything. We are the ones that train everything and prepare for trouble. And if Shane had a mic, he'd say make it double because of our Pokemon book that comes out next year.
Or we're
Dr.
just going
Leah?
down the line.
Yeah, you're just going down.
Awesome. Hi, I am Dr. Leah Hughes. I currently work in Insights at Riot Games, but that's entirely unrelated to why I'm here, because I am a member of the Roundtable for the amazing organization that is Geeks Like Us, which I'm sure at some point someone here will tell you about, because we're very well represented.
Okay. It's weird, I don't see a light, and I'm getting freaked out about the mic. So, hi everyone, I am Amelia Herbst. I am the community manager of Geeks Like Us, and we are a company that we are focused on helping you turn your passion into a career and being unapologetically enthusiastic about the things that we love. There we go, I did it. So I'm also a member of the Roundtable. The Discord, you have entered my domain and I apologize. I will not, slowly drag you down currently because I'm not allowed to look at any other channel besides my own. Other than that, I am a psychotherapist and a therapeutic game master with Game to Grow, and that's me.
Another little known fact is she is the owner of this computer, and I need her to type a password in. Very good. All right. John.
I am, unlike my esteemed colleagues, I am not a doctor. So I'm an everyman. My name is John Rudy. I work at Dark Horse Comics. I'm not here in any official capacity, but I hope that I can, not completely thrash my geeky,
You're official in my eyes.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I needed. I'm good. Thanks, guys. I'm out. That's all I needed in my life. It's a little gratification.
Now, I will say this: we've done geek endangerment over 24 times, a couple times at these kinds of conventions. We've never had someone nerd snipe, or rag on or judge any of our people. So I'm really hoping this will be the first time. I really hope you guys could be super judgmental. No, I'm just kidding. So we've always had really good reception. So without further ado.
Hold up. Before we get this thing started, something that I'd like to call out and potentially propose here. As Dr. Kelly mentioned, he has done this geek endangerment game many times, and I've been a contestant and had the privilege of winning the first one. I think it was the first one.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Reigning champion here. But that being said, Dr. Kelly, I would love to see how you would perform in this game, and so I am proposing a coup. How would you all feel if I took over as the moderator and Dr. Kelly became a competitor on this panel? What do you say?
All right. Let's see, the man behind the curtain.
Okay.
Let's see if he can
I
do it.
prepared for this.
But John, you're not going to know. How are you going to know the questions?
What's that?
How are you going to know the questions?
Oh, I made my own version of Jeopardy, or Geek Endangerment, and it is currently titled Don't Look, Ryan.
What? That's ridiculous. Okay.
That's amazing.
I'm very,
Three teams, yes? Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Leah Hughes, and I will be the moderator for this game of Geek Endangerment. Woo! Let's get this thing started.
I'm going to be disruptive. Okay.
That's a
Oh,
normal
wait,
everyday
hang in my
occurrence.
tie. This has to be official.
You brought it to
I did. I brought a tie.
Nice.
Because I'm very official. How do we figure out who starts this thing? Is it you'll go first?
Well, so one thing. Okay, so we got to make the teams on the bottom, and I guess I'm going to be.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna be one of them.
I'll add it. Well, I tie my tie.
By
gonna
chance,
have-
does anybody have any dice on them? That way we can make them roll for initiative. If you have dice,
And so
you can come on up and you're
Oh,
okay
yeah,
with
I'm
us
sure.
borrowing them for a
I'm sure there are a
minute.
few people in the audience who
Oh,
died.
we got one right here.
over here. Shane.
Look at this guy.
Look at
Okay.
Like a pro.
That's okay. They all roll,
Are you
and
okay with
that's
all
how
of
we're
us
going to decide it.
Okay.
Okay. How do we do this? Party.
We'll
Time to
just,
roll
like,
initiative.
bathe it in the sanitation, the sanitizer as soon as we're done.
The bag's got a hole in it, so we'll dump it in the bag.
Oh, no worries, man.
Perfect. Like teabagging it.
Let's
Just
see it, John.
dip it in it. All right. 17.
That's pretty intense.
All right. 3.
That's a good 3. It's a fierce
With our powers combined, we had a 20.
Hey!
Let's do it.
Modify 20.
Modified 20. That's right.
All right, John, you're going to start us off. To get this thing going, let's go over the categories. Foremost franchises, exactly what it sounds like. These are the household names in gaming and trivia questions around them. Let's talk table talk, but let's talk tabletop. There we go, those are words. As you would expect, tabletop gaming. The books are better. That's not necessarily my position on it. It's just books that have been translated to movies. So this is not just gaming geekdom, this is all forms of geekdom. Character capture, where you will receive a very brief description and a small snippet of a picture of a character protagonist from some sort of game, and you'll have to identify that person by their full name. Do you hear that, competitors? You must identify the person in character capture by their full name.
Might want to say that again for the Ryan.
I was not paying
In
attention.
character capture,
has the
you will have to
blackberries.
identify the person by their full name
Got it.
if that full name exists.
So into what you're saying.
Ooh, okay.
Classically trained, classic games, and superpower hour. The various manifestations of superpowers, you may need to identify the power or the individual who wields it based on the description.
Cool.
All right, John, kick us off. What are we going with?
Let's start it off with the books are better with 100.
Books are better for 100. Now,
Yeah,
you
Trinity.
cannot answer the question until the question, or you cannot answer the answer until the answer is finished, and only then can you provide your question.
Cool.
The books are better for 100.
First,
Slam the table.
They say a dog is man's best friend. For one watchful brother, this snowy canine meant more, perhaps a little more.
the
John?
character? Or who is Jon Snow? Wait, with the dog?
3, 2,
Who is Ghost? What is Ghost?
that is correct.
Okay, sorry.
Who is Ghost? Well done. 100 points for John.
Team John!
Team Leah?
See, I told you, Ryan. That's where the numbers go, not the name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay? We did it?
Is
I
this
think you can just push escape.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, John, it's back to you.
Let's keep it rolling. The books are better for 200.
For 200.
Team John, let's go. Guys, woo! Come on, it's a game show. Let's get crazy. Love you.
While he is known to most of us as Pippin, that foolish hobbit does indeed have this full name.
Oh, it's like.
Who is Peregrine Took?
Well done.
Ryan's gonna go home and cry tonight.
That's no
Peregrine
different
Took
than
is indeed
every
correct. Now, as a heads up, because we don't have buzzers, what we'll have you do is make a sound into your mic to indicate that
Yeah.
you are ready to answer, so that way it's not just all people answering at the
Oh,
same
sorry.
time.
A unique sound for each of us?
Yeah, let's do a unique sound so we know who goes first. Dr. Kelly, what will your unique sound be?
You're gonna get super annoyed with that. What's yours?
I'm probably gonna end up screaming at some point, especially if I know what it's gonna sound like. Ah!
So that's your one? You're gonna do that every time? Okay.
Okay, vague scream. We have Navi, and what do we have for you, John?
Just because my daughter loves elephants right now, we'll go with that.
Okay.
We're going with that. We're going with that.
Annoying, gonna pass out before the game is
Got it. Out. 200, 300 is all I get because John
right.
loves, oxygen.
Save your breath.
All right, back to you, John, as the victor of the last one. Let's go.
Books are better for 300.
Books are better for 300. In Ready Player One, a creator who hates his own creation references this 1980 horror movie.
Full name, right?
You gotta do your sound, bro.
Halliday. Full name?
References this 1980 horror movie.
Wow, did I not pay attention? The Shining. Stephen King's The Shining.
I'm gonna give you half points for that. You had some serious stall time in there, sir.
My focus is poor. Okay, that's fair.
Oh, a little birdie has told me that you did not use the proper format for the answer.
But I get one reminder.
You get one reminder. Is that a standard
You
rule?
learn that after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Thank God.
We'll call that.
I've only done this. But I've never done this.
I know. I had to watch Jeopardy or Jeopardy.
I don't know what that show is.
Exactly. Like in advance, just be like ingraining it.
We're not ripping off
Who
another
is
show.
what
Don't
is.
worry about it. It's fine.
Jeopardy, is that a vegetable? I don't know what that is. A fruit?
It has seeds. It's a fruit.
This one was supposed to be clicked, but I'm just gonna click that and make sure it happens, because
Yep.
we did already do this one.
And then
There
space.
we go.
And
The Shining was correct, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. You all thought you were just here for the game show. There's this delightful banter that's always happening. Us
Okay.
showing you that even some of the most successful of people don't have their shit together most of the time, so. All right, let's go.
All right.
Dr. Kelly, up for you.
I want to do Superpower Hour for 5 hundo.
Oh, snap. And
Uh-oh.
there wasn't a way to indicate this in the game, but this would be our diurnal multiplier.
Whoa. Okay. Are you kidding me? Okay.
No.
Forgot how that works. So excited just to be here.
You know what? We're gonna say, because I don't know how it works either, the winner of it gets double points. This is a 1,000-point question. Let's go.
Well, if it is one of the ones that mimics something called like a daily double, actually he can go and wager up to his full total.
Okay, 650, baby. So I get 500 plus what I already have?
No.
I think
what-
you would only be able to wager
again.
150, but that
I will
seems
just
kind
do
of
500. I'll stay with 500.
that seems
Okay.
kind of lame. Okay, cool. Then. Let's give a round
dig
of
'em
applause
deep.
for the person who knows what they're talking about.
Give me, okay. Okay, if you are Team Leah, which is me, and you want me to just go to the wall, raise your hand. Yes! This is my audience! Okay, yes, okay, yes, full 1,500.
No. You can do
All the money.
11,550.
1150. There we go.
As much as I can.
Ryan, what's that?
Only go up to double whatever the bid is 1,000.
A
Okay.
billion.
Double, whatever. You're betting 1,000. Cool.
Okay, betting 1,000.
I'm going to point out that I didn't know you'd be answering this, so we're just going to start with that.
Okay.
After the new moon, we discovered that Volturi leader Arl has a tremendous gift, but with this one important limitation. This is not the geekdom you know, Dr. Kelly.
What is that?
This may not be the geekdom you know. Sorry, I need to let you
No,
answer.
that's okay. Oh my God.
You can go to Discord.
Can I go to Discord?
Go to
Okay.
Discord.
Okay, oh my God, someone help me. I've only got 5 seconds. Someone help me in Discord.
Wait, isn't Discord for all of us? It's opened up to all
Once
of
it
us?
goes to Discord, yes.
Touching them. Touching them. That's.
What is?
No. I was talking about him. I wasn't answering. I was saying I wanted
Yeah.
to touch him. I was thinking about stuff. I got distracted. But now I'm going to answer the question. What
Can
is
I tap it
touching
in front of
them?
him?
We're not going to count that, man.
This feels a little bad.
Just so we're all clear, he does this to us every time we play.
We need a new leader.
We need to do it back to
This
him.
is unfair. Who thinks this is unfair? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I don't want to know.
It was
Raise
not
your
clear
hand.
that it was opened up to everyone when the Discord was open.
I see.
What's that? Okay.
Okay.
Now that feels kind of bad. Does that mean I need to nix this question, you guys? This is the one,
No,
the
she
one
says no.
Twilight reference I made.
So is it in Discord for them?
It is
in
it's
Discord
open
for
to
them.
Discord for them, but we
You
did
wanna know
not
it?
make that clear.
Oh.
Amelia,
What is touching them?
that is correct.
What is touching?
Who is touching them?
He gets minus and she gets half.
I
Okay.
only get minus the original score, don't I?
No, you get minus your full wager, bro.
I don't regret a thing.
No.
Okay.
Right? No, I'm not. We were robbed.
What is
Yes, we were.
You know, underdogs. You know, it's an underdog story.
That's
It's a
right.
Cinderella story coming out of nowhere.
That's right,
I believe in
exactly.
you.
Says the two people that are going to do
What-
better
what
than
is-
I am.
That's cool. This
What would you
levels
like,
things
Amelia?
out. You know, we were giving Ryan a little bit of a downside there, so that way he can have a coming back story. You know,
That's
like an
right.
underdog situation.
This was all
He lives
planned.
for that. That's all right. We're moving on. Amelia,
Can I do Let's Talk Tabletop for 100?
for 100, you said?
Yes.
All right. This classic board game gives us all the fantasy of world domination, but you need to be willing to take some chances.
Wow.
Ryan,
That's definitely a Ryan.
Ryan,
Okay. I'll do it 3 times each time. What is risk?
Can you say that one more time?
What is risk?
Yes, you got it. The game is Risk.
Okay, already digging himself out.
Digging a hole, baby. Call me the grave digger.
Okay, Ryan, up to you now.
Grave filler. Yeah, I only dig holes, right? Let's do character capture. What is that again?
Character capture. As a reminder, you will receive a brief description of a character with a snippet of a portion of what they look like.
I love that. Give me 500.
500.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Everybody on my team is like, God.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. No. Ah, okay. Sorry. There we go. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
click that. Nobody saw it.
Nope.
I didn't see anything.
After abandoning his family and becoming a mercenary, this fantasy character finally learns the true meaning of fighting for the good of others. I'm gonna read this again. This fantasy character finally learns the true meaning of fighting for the good of others.
Which one is that? I'm gonna say Cloud, but it doesn't look like him.
Unfortunately, you're not reading in, sir.
Discord.
Discord.
Go ahead, Amelia.
Sorry, everyone. Who is Cloud Strife?
That is incorrect.
All right.
Go ahead, anybody? Anybody help me out? Anybody know this?
All right. So,
Elephant?
I'm going to Discord on this one. Team John, this is all you guys. Yep. Cheap John, giving you. Who is Bart's?
That is wrong. That is incorrect. It's all on you, Dr. Kelly.
Listen! Oh, Midnight Parade. I hope I'm putting all of it on you. Who is, as he thinks about his life passing before his eyes, in no way stalling? Article, and a conjugate. No one else is going to give me this. Okay. Who is Ramza Boldvere?
Oh my God, if this
Incredibly
tactic.
well done,
It's my
Dr.
favorite game.
Kelly.
How could I miss this?
How did I miss Ramsey? Like, tactics is my favorite.
All right, that's a shame.
Dr.
That's my
Kelly,
favorite
you are
five
now
thing.
up to a staggering negative 250 points.
That's not bad. Good. We're coming out,
Well
Team
done
Leah.
for that deep cut, whoever that was of you all. And I had to look this up. It is Bales, I believe, perhaps.
Okay.
I might have messed that up, but that's okay.
Wheezy says less negative. Yeah, that's right. All right.
Story of our life. Man.
It's still on you, Ryan. Go for
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did you have to remove points from the other two teams?
Oh.
I already did.
Oh, I did lose points. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Okay. Character capture for 400, Alex. Elia.
That's okay. Today I am,
Yep.
Alex.
Yep.
Character capture for 400. This duelist is known for his fashion, flair, and fixation with fire.
Hey, listen!
Ryan.
Oh, where did my brain go? He's on Valorant, and his name is, oh my God.
Meh, meh, meh. Oh, it was in the middle of my beep.
But its problem is he didn't say who is. And you have used your one warning,
Oh, I
sir.
hate that rule. Okay. I got it.
If it does make you feel any better, that was accurate. It is Phoenix. I worked on that game, so I really had to put it in there.
That's okay. By the way, my team is like, do another 500. I've got the renegades, man.
That leans very much into Ryan's personality.
Yeah.
Okay. Being that you got that one, question mark, we're gonna go ahead and give it back to you, I suppose, for the next one.
Okay. All right, let's see. Let's talk foremost franchises for 500.
Right, man.
Just keeps digging it deeper and deeper. All right, foremost franchises for 500. In Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, this murderous beast is a rare find located in a sacred grove northwest of Bravel and guarded by 3 minotaurs.
Oh, this is bad because I should know this.
And you
Discord.
can go to Discord.
Amelia.
What is a sweet roll?
A what now?
A sweet roll?
Someone's messing with Amelia, and I love it.
Someone is, and I'm gonna find you so I know
Sweet
exactly
roll!
who you are.
Unfortunately,
cannot
that is
threaten
not
that.
correct, unless that is a synonym for something that I'm not aware of.
No, it was someone in my Discord purposefully fucking with me.
Okay. Hey, listen!
Brian.
Oh.
What is? Oh gosh, people are going so fast. Where was it up here? What is a Deidre?
That is incorrect.
That's okay. That's okay. I appreciate your input. You just ruined my life. No, I'm just kidding.
John, any guesses for us?
Discord.
Everyone hold him to that. I really think that needs to happen.
A fourth Minotaur? Named Ted? Right? Ted?
I really appreciate the camaraderie that's in on this.
Ted.
I would like to point out that approximately a quarter of the way through the game, there is no one who exceeds 0 points.
This is remarkable.
Amelia, you
I
are
mean,
winning.
y'all are starting with the 500s. The answer is a unicorn.
A unicorn.
Indeed, there is a hidden unicorn. It is a murderous beast. Let's move on.
Let's do foremost franchises for 300.
Okay, foremost franchises for 300. They were the first Fire Emblem character to appear in a Super Smash Bros. Game.
Ooh.
Yes, John.
Who is Marth?
Well done, Mark. Accurate, yes.
Followed by Roy.
Yeah, we preached that.
Thank
We
you,
preached
thank
0
you.
points, you guys.
Challenge
Well done.
anybody at Smash Brothers Melee. Let's do it. Melee, specifically, though.
It's you, brother.
GameCube. Oh, it's me. Let's do Superpower Hour for 400.
Superpower Hour for 400. I'd also
Right.
like to point out that Marth has really great colored hair. Just throwing that out there. Okay.
No coincidence to you or anything right now.
No, this has nothing to do with my own vanity.
That's fair.
Superpower Hour for 400. This pyromancer is known for her ability to summon her beloved bear Tibbers.
Now you can go.
He did the elephant.
There you
Yes.
Who is Annie?
This guy knows.
Have you seen my bear Tibbers? Excellent. Well done. I also worked on that game and had to put that in there.
Barely a man, but I appreciate that.
Okay, John, it's back to you.
Let's do Superpower Hour for 300.
Superpower Hour for 300. Remember that you have to wait until the question is over to make your absurd
Sorry.
noises.
What is sorry?
This hero, yielding this ability, 2 answers, forever changed the life of young, quirkless Midoriya. Ryan.
Okay,
I really wanted to beat you to this.
that is All Might. Wait, let me read. Yeah, it is. Oh, thank you guys so much.
No.
Who is? God, fuck. Okay, who is?
I didn't see that volume.
Who is?
Wow, that's a 2 answers wrong in a row.
Who
now,
is
technically?
All Might with the power of one for all?
Because I know how much you love this, I won't take that away from you. Also, this is the man who introduced me to My Hero Academia, so
I am gonna
you're
point
the
out
judge.
he
You are the
He didn't do the what for the second one, so I am gonna only give you half points for it.
Okay.
Suck, bro.
Just so we're all clear, when we first did this, I was a contestant on it, and he did this to me mercilessly.
Actually, that's not true. I was so gracious that we had to hire a judge because I pissed everybody off. Because I was like, I'll give it to you.
That's why I don't want to be the judge. I want you all to like me.
We're getting out of the hole, guys.
It's happening, 1 by 1. All right, Ryan, next one's for you.
All right, let's do Superpower Hour for 200.
For 200. Talk about a metalhead. This X-Men mutant has the ability to transform their skin into a metal-like substance.
Oh, that was rhymed barely.
Okay. Think. Focus. Your mom, she loves you. Who is Colossus.
Oh, can I say his full name?
What was that?
Can I say his full name?
No, because it's his X-Men mutant name.
But here's the thing.
Are we
If
going
you-
Krakoan
if you
names
can-
or are we going
No,
Earth
that's not
or
how it
human
works.
names?
This is how it works because you like
That's not how the
fun
game
facts.
works.
You like fun facts. If you can give the full name, you get points too.
Ooh.
You
Is
have
that-
to
is it good?
abide
You know
by
what?
the rules I made.
You don't get points taken away, but he'll also get points.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I just want to make it official.
Fucking elephant, man.
Who is Pietro Rasputin?
That is very impressive.
Where's his middle name, John? Where's his middle name, John?
Gus? No, I didn't. Yeah,
No,
middle
that's
name. Nikola Zayovich.
You and I have words
Done.
later. We have so many words later.
Sorry for any
Most
Russians.
of them
I
will
didn't
be
mean to.
bad words.
Well done, both of you.
Okay, well
Okay. That was excellent, and I really appreciate how you just took the initiative. Like, I'm gonna get these points, because that's how you advance in your career. You take initiative.
Can I say a quick joke?
Of course you may.
Speaking of fun facts, is
Knock,
he saying
knock.
that he doesn't do this?
Who's
Knock,
there?
knock.
Who's there?
Impatient elephant. All right, let's see. Well, let's do character capture for 300.
Character capture for 300. She's the princess of the Adrestian Empire.
Who is Edelgard?
What is her full name?
Oh, son of dick. Oh, me.
Nikolavich comes
Oh, how the
again.
turntables.
The turntables.
I won't take points away from you, but I did specifically say that the full name must be given, so
Ooh, touche.
we're gonna go to the Discord to see who may be able to get the remainder of those points.
Well, who got it? Who got it?
It was all based on Tony's ears.
I'm going to give it to Amelia.
All right, sure, of course you are.
Amelia.
All right, who is Edelgard von Hersvelg?
Close enough. Edelgard von Pressfeld.
To be fair, Kitty Tastic spelled that exactly correct. I just couldn't say it.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent friends.
I love Team John down.
We are on the board. Amelia, I'm gonna give it to you since you provided that full answer.
Let's talk tabletop for 200.
Let's talk tabletop for 200. Settlers know their stats. When combining the rolls of two six-sided dice, this number is the most likely to come up.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Great.
7? What is 7?
Ooh, that's his warning. He used his warning, Mom.
That is your
That's my
warning.
Sorry.
You're in trouble.
That is correct. That is why the bandit is on 7, you terrible, terrible game developers.
Going out to my dice brother right here. Hopping on the dice for the double 6.
John?
This is the only time I've actually been good at something. This is great.
By the end of this, his lips are gonna be all numb, like, I can't talk, you guys.
Exactly. I'm like, thank God I have a mask on right now because I'm like perpetually puckered to get ready to elephant sound.
All right.
Never thought I'd say perpetually puckered, but
What
you guys are lucky for that little treat.
John, next one is to you.
Let's do. Classically trained for 500 because you know what? Sidebar. I'm a classically trained opera singer. Did anyone know that?
Really?
Demo, now please.
You were the second person I've heard that from this weekend.
What did he choose?
Who's the other one? I must know.
Him.
For how many?
All right. Duet.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Let's do it.
How many points?
All right.
Classically trained for what now?
Yeah.
For how many?
500.
For 500.
Classically trained.
Types of sausages for 1,000, please.
We are going in classically trained for 500. In 1993, this video game was the first to be played in space by Russian cosmonaut Alexander Serebrov.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Hey, listen.
Discord?
No, I said hey, listen.
Oh, hey,
It was
listen.
a timid hey, listen.
What was that?
Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Yes?
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, I'm gonna think out loud. These aren't answers. It's you know, Space Invaders would make a lot of sense.
No,
It's
you
Russian,
can't.
so
No,
this-
no.
What is Tetris?
500.
He's out of the ring, you guys!
Team Leah! Team Leah! Team Leah! All right.
This is my warning to the judge. If you don't call him out on that stuff next time, I will take the points away. No more stalling, sir.
Yeah, that's fair.
No more stalling.
Dude, it is 4th grade
You
all
got in
over
trouble.
again. I'm in so much
Seriously,
trouble.
watch
now.
any of the streams we've done, he does this to us all the time, and now he's playing coy.
I was a teacher. I can put that voice on.
This guy's perpetually puckered. I swear to God. Let's do foremost franchises for 400.
Foremost franchises for 400. In Ocarina of Time, this descending melody will warp Link to the Kakariko Village graveyard.
Listen! Oh, fudge! The graveyard. Okay. Is it? Oh,
Beep, beep,
okay.
beep.
What?
He starts, man. 5 seconds.
Okay,
I was told
what
by
i-
the thing. Yeah.
Answer.
Okay. What is the Soraya song?
That is
No,
incorrect.
that's close to the
I know that, but I didn't know it.
John.
What is the
Guys, come on.
Nocturne of Shadow?
Thank you.
That good?
Oh, yeah, my wife.
Very well done.
It was literally the one you played.
My wife
I
won't leave me
know.
now. That's great. That's great.
He reminds me that I can play that song on the flute.
With his nose.
With my nose. All right. Ryan, why
Oh,
indeed?
me. Sorry. Let's go. The books are better for 400.
Books are better for 400. Known to Hogwarts students as the Grey Lady, this specter provided an essential clue in the hunt for Voldemort's Horcruxes.
Full name.
Full name.
Well,
Discord.
Rowena. Who is? Rowena Ravenclaw.
That is incorrect.
who is Helena Ravenclaw?
Well done, Amelia.
It was her daughter. It was her
That is
daughter.
correct.
That was still good, team. That was still good.
400, right? So we.
Get back in your hole.
Hold on. For the beginning, we were like this, and we weren't really learned, but then we went through a montage, and we built skills together, and we became friends. And now we're gonna win. I probably look
time here,
ridiculous.
friends. I'm gonna cut off your charisma there and jump over to Amelia.
Fair.
All right. Foremost franchises for 200.
This franchise got its name from a 1974 Japanese martial arts movie notable for its extreme violence.
Oh.
Discord.
John,
What is Brutal Instinct?
that is incorrect.
I tried.
Okay, right?
Yep.
What is Mortal Kombat?
That is incorrect.
Oh. Is it on Discord now?
Oh,
Yes, on
can I go
Discord.
again?
No, you can't.
I mean, just lose all my points.
I'm gonna give it a shot because I trust my channel.
I need
Is
to
it a
hear that
what?
in
Let's see.
Nappy.
This franchise. Okay. Yeah. What is Ninja Gaiden?
That is incorrect.
Nutsack.
What is he has?
The answer is Street Fighter.
Really?
Well,
Right on.
extreme violence. Come on. That's,
If for some reason
changed, it's
someone
changed.
wanted to give the original translation in Japanese, I was going to give it to him. But the answer is Street Fighter.
also, it was Killer Instinct, by the way. My bad.
All right. who last one? Was that Amelia? I think you picked?
Yeah.
Amelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one.
Well, I guess we'll do foremost franchises for 100 since we all bombed that one.
Foremost franchises for
200.
100. I am going to read the question.
Damn.
He was the first professor to grant us this Pokemon. He was the first professor to grant us this Pokemon. I believe, who did that go to?
That was John.
It was John.
Professor Oak? Who is Professor Oak?
He got the one.
That's my bad.
I got it?
I'm
Yeah.
so excited. I get it.
Who
Yeah.
is Professor Oak? Dummy? Who makes that? No, just kidding. Who is Professor Oak?
That is correct.
Amen.
I feel for you.
I was there at the beginning, and then I'm just like, my enthusiasm is just destroyed.
Ryan,
all
what's our next
capability.
one?
Yeah, let's do the books are better for 500.
Books are better for 500. This quote, in its entirety, is perhaps the most famous to come from Mandy Patinkin, spoken to the elusive six-fingered swordsman. Ryan.
My name is. Oh, wait. Nope, I have to say, hold on. Okay. What is, thank you, what is, I have trouble with my words. What is, my name is Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die.
You didn't go with the hello, but
Is that okay?
I'll give him half.
I'll give you half points because he is emphatic about hello. My name is Inigo Montoya.
Okay. Whee! What are we at?
There we go.
I was hoping for an accent, but you know.
Hello.
In case you all didn't know, Mandy Patinkin was also a very talented singer. Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Next one's on you.
Let's do classically trained for 400.
Classically trained for 400. Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Chuck E. Cheese, also founded this classic gaming system.
What?
Oh, wow.
Discord.
What is the Atari? Do I need to add more?
It suddenly occurred to me.
2,600.
It has occurred to me that I forgot the answer to this question. I'm pretty sure that's right, but I'm gonna reveal it, and I might screw us over here.
Okay.
That is correct.
Hey,
There we go.
thank you guys. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Well
All right,
done.
this game just got a lot more competitive. Let's
Midnight
move
Parade,
on. Ryan,
second
let's
time.
go.
Okay.
Got this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Got this.
Okay, let's do classically trained for 300.
Classically trained for 300. First installed in a Tokyo movie theater in 1980, everyone's favorite Ghost Chomper was released under this name. Was released under this name.
Discord.
Did I get it, or is it to this?
Are you watching Discord while
No,
you
I'm
were-
looking at this.
Oh, okay. All right. That's up to you, moderator.
Let you try to answer it first.
What is Pac-Man? No?
That is incorrect.
Does that mean?
Yeah, you guys.
That
the
was
other
just
two
me
go
and
to
Taylor.
So it's Discord. It's Discord now.
It's Discord. Yeah, I'm going Discord. What is Pacu?
Do your elephant impression, please.
Sorry?
Elephant noise.
Elephant.
No, who's there? Impatient elephant.
He did it. John.
I didn't hear
Yeah,
the
he did
elephant
it.
noise.
So we need somebody to judge the judge. I think that's everybody here. Wow. Just boo him when needed.
John, it's on you.
Oh, what is Pacu Man?
You say that again?
What is Pacu Man?
Pacu Man, that is not the information I was able to find. I'm wondering though if there's maybe a translation component here, but we'll give it one last chance for Amelia.
Okay.
I'm seeing what is Puckman?
What is Puckman is correct.
Thanks, Discord.
Oh, we're tied.
Hooray.
All right. Let's crush
Well
it.
done. Okay.
Thank you, Discord.
Moving
That
on
was
for Amelia. This game's getting close. Let's go.
All right, let's see. Classically trained for 200.
Classically trained for 200. A 1982 essay was published on video gaming's cultural impact and also tips on how to get high scores in this game. Advice: position your tank under the eve of a defensive and keep your eye on the aliens, not the bombs.
Hey, listen! These are I have so much self-doubt with my answers. But I'm going to say, what is it? Oh, shoot. It's called, oh, thank you. I love the, okay, what is, it's missile,
Shane's counting down.
missile commander.
That is incorrect.
Yep.
Amelia.
What is Space Invaders?
Space Invaders.
What am I thinking about? What is the game with the 3 bases and bombs? That is Missile Command.
Amelia, next question on for you.
All right, well, let's see. It's 100s and stuff I'm not good at, and high ones and stuff I thought I was good at. So let's see, 300 for Let's Talk Tabletop.
300, let's talk tabletop. In Dungeons & Dragons 5e, this cantrip has a variety of flavorful effects, including changing your eye color and causing tremors.
Oh, no.
John.
What is prestidigitation?
That is incorrect.
Discord.
Oh, shoot. I need to sign in.
I thought prestidigitation. See, yeah, but that's
Hey, listen!
Ryan.
What is thaumaturgy?
That is correct.
Yeah! Bigfoot! Coming in strong.
This game is getting close,
All right,
Ryan.
Superpower hour for 100.
Superpower Hour for 100. This iconic Nintendo character is known for his superpower of swallowing his enemies and in doing so stealing their abilities.
You didn't do it. You didn't wait.
You didn't wait. I'm gonna have to take that from you, Ryan.
These two are very overwhelmed
Ryan?
to play with, by the way.
Answer the question.
Okay. Who is Kirby?
That is correct.
Full name? No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, John.
All right,
All right,
next
let's go.
question.
Let's talk tabletop for 500.
Let's talk tabletop for 500. In the game Ascension, this pesky monster cannot be banished from the board. The image is there to help you, but that information alone should be enough to identify them.
Is that an elephant noise?
And Discord.
That was a Scooby-Doo.
I love them all. I love everyone's like, anyone know?
I'm going
John.
Discord. I'm going Discord on this one. What? Oh my God.
My team, you are all beautiful people, and I
Okay.
love you.
John, answer the question.
That's funny. I was gonna say, what is cultist?
Someone was messing with you. That is inaccurate.
Well, I was gonna do
cultist
shrug
is a
first,
little
but I was like,
you
wait.
kill.
I think they're just shrugging. The other's wrong.
Oh, wait, was for
Oh, I didn't have-
500, so that's 250, so...
Okay. Okay.
Anyone else?
I think that's just
I think all of our
I think no one
Discords
knows.
are
The answer is the Avatar of the Fallen. It is an incredibly pesky monster. You cannot banish it. You have to kill it, and it has a lot of HP.
Yum.
All right, let's see. Who had that last pick?
I
Was
think
that
me, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Ryan.
talk tabletop for 400.
For 400. I wouldn't recommend Monopoly unless you're confident in the bonds of your friendship, because if your friend lands on Boardwalk with your hotel on it, they'll owe you this much money.
I have friends at home screaming right now because I should know this.
And Discord.
Did I get it?
Ryan.
Okay. What is $2,000?
Big money, big money.
$2,000 is correct.
Thank you, Discord.
Out of the pit of despair.
Out of the
leading the
pit
charge.
of despair. Look at
Cinderella
the score.
story.
For everybody in my team who doubted me and who left. No, I'm just kidding.
Ryan, before you start talking smack, let's bring this home.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Character capture for 200.
Character capture for 200. She's a resident of the Twilight Realm and a descendant of the ancient Twilly people. Twilly people. Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, please let your brain do it. Who is Midna?
Midna is correct.
It's a Cinderella story.
Whenever anyone says
Oh,
that,
yeah, what
I
is-
always
I mean,
think
the
of
number-
Caddyshack and I think of a Cinderella boy.
Yep, all right.
All right, Ryan, let's go.
Character capture for 100.
Character capture for 100. As a little sister myself, I feel pretty safe with this guy around.
Oh, shoot.
John.
Who or what? I mean,
I just-
Either way.
who is Big Daddy?
Big Daddy is correct.
Okay. Good job.
Coming back.
Last one here before the final schmepperty, John.
There's so many choices. I'll go classically trained, 100.
Okay, classically trained for 100. This character, better known to us now as Mario, first appeared in Donkey Kong arcade game in 1981. Ryan.
Who is Jumpman?
That is correct.
Nail on the coffin, driving it home.
These scores are close friends, as you all know. In this final question, this may be the one to change who takes it home. Judge, would you like to take it away with our
I'm going to give them
ultimate endangerment?
Let's say that a terminal endangerment.
Terminal endangerment. That sounds kind of dark, actually. I don't like that.
So I can give you the category, then you have to bet.
Okay.
And you're going to tell everybody what you guys bet. So
Okay.
it is Elder Scrolls is the final category.
Okay.
I bet $0.
If someone says sweet roll again, I will find you.
I want to give my loot to the guy who told her sweet rolls.
Now you must all vocalize your bets so we can hold them accountable.
So what's your bet?
All right, what are we thinking, friends? All of it?
Well, we can't do Discord on this, right?
Discord won't help you.
Yeah, Discord can't help you. Just say
There is no Discord on this question.
Okay, oh, gotcha.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
How much are you betting?
I think, yeah, why not? I'll do all of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
All right, John, what are you betting?
Yeah, I gotta do all of it, guys. Gotta do all of it. Let's do it.
Ryan, are you still betting zero?
Still in your zero?
I'm doing zero, man. I don't play that game.
Wow.
Come on. I specifically don't play it because I would get lost in it. That's why I can't handle those big old games. All right, just do it. I don't want to hear it. Just get it going. Get rid of it. Go.
All right. Across all of the Elder Scroll games, how many Elder Scrolls are there?
Frack.
Can the waiting music be?
You
Gonna take you
don't
for a ride.
recognize this tune.
Okay, no.
I just made it
much
up
time?
because
Do we
of copyright
write this down?
infringement.
And do we write
Yeah,
it down?
can we, like,
Or
try to
do we elephant noise?
Yeah. You,
I guess we're just gonna. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's right.
And then you get
We're
kind
gonna
of
do
like
the
the
honor
fancy version where it's all
We're gonna do the honor
like.
system. So you're gonna say, oh, so is it done?
So I'm not going to tell you the answer. You guys are
So
going
is
to
it
tell
done?
me the answer.
So is it-
Yeah.
We are
So
out.
we're gonna do the honor system since we didn't write it this time like we would normally do.
Yep.
So just honor system. They're just gonna say it. So you pick.
So, I mean, like, question, is this for, like, does this include upcoming Elder Scrolls games in the franchise that have already been announced, or?
Are you kidding? They haven't even
No.
started writing the story for that
Hey
one
man,
yet.
there was a
Skyrim for
CG
10 years.
pan into mountainous territory.
Yeah, they haven't started writing it yet.
Well, that's fair. That's what I want to know. Is this previously established Elder Scroll games, or is this announced?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I'm assuming. I mean, you would know this. You came up with the question there, Tony.
I do know the question, but it's just the games that are out right now.
Okay, I don't need to name all the games, do I?
No, no.
Okay.
How many? No. So it's don't name the name of it. How many Elder Scrolls in the game are there?
Oh, touche. I mean,
And this
I'm
time,
gonna guess
answer.
about as close as we are at this point. Oh God, I'm so sorry, my loves.
do we just do like hand number, hands, lift up our hands or something?
Okay, just tell me the number. I'm not going to
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you.
whisper,
All right,
whisper,
okay.
whisper it to me. Whisper.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I was saying like how many games I'm like,
And there's ESO.
Something in your eye right now. In a wild twist of events, both of our contestants have guessed 12.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Are you serious?
It's not
Well
right.
played. I mean, did you do it?
I didn't guess. Is it right?
It's not right.
Well, I didn't think so.
Well.
At this point, it was like, I think. Hold on, wait, let me count.
Oh no!
You would?
You're gonna need to go. You're gonna need to.
Oh no.
I got it.
We locked out, and that was our show, everybody. Good night.
So, with that being the case, if that's inaccurate, what is the answer, Tony?
11.
Just like Price is Right rules, so he exceeded, so he's like, everyone knew.
I would like to point out that the infamous Dr. Kelly won by default, and I hope you're proud. I hope you are proud. All right. Thank you everyone so much for participating, for being here, especially for those of you who participated in the Discord, let's give a round of applause to all of our contestants.
Okay. Now, we've got some loot. And for the people, so each of us are going to pick somebody from our Discord that was very helpful, positive, and that helped us out. And please come up to us outside, and you're going to get some loot. So I had awesome people in mind. Everyone was so helpful. Had a few people who dissented, and I loved it, because you should have, and that was the smart move. But the people who are like me and stayed, I'm so glad to pay out. Don't ever do that again. So the person who helped me and who got so many right and had such good attitude was Midnight Parade. So if you can go out there.
Okay, I love you all. Just, I want to let you know that. I feel bad picking one person because I feel like I'm letting everyone else down. That's the therapist in me. But I think I have to give it to Kitty Tastic for coming in on that full name. I mean, I don't know if I would have gotten that.
I mean, Team John, you're all my children, you know, and it's hard to pick. You guys were all amazing, but I think Austin Byerman. Hey! Is that not Byerman? Yeah, all right. We had eye contact earlier too, man. That's great. But I love you all, Team John.
And a big shout out as well to the crew who helped get the music going and kept the lights on. Thank you all so much. Woo!
There it is. So what we'll do is, so among these, if you guys can tell people where they can find you. So I guess I'll start. So you can find me, perhaps on Twitter you can reach me. It's DRR Kelly. And so you can find me there. And of course, yeah, I know it's the bane of my existence. At first people said, well, you believe you can fly, and then the whole teen thing. Anyway, so that's my Twitter. And then of course, Geeks Like Us, you can find us on Twitch with threes, or of course, on the Twitter.
I am Wandering Shrink pretty much everywhere on the internet. So at Wandering Shrink, if you are in my fun Discord, you can see how to spell it. If you're in the Discord, you already know how to find me because I live there practically, constantly, and get told that all the time. Otherwise, I am almost everywhere that Geeks Like Us is.
I am pretty horrible at social media. So, I mean, I'm on Instagram and on Discord, obviously, but probably the best way to see what I do and kind of do is just go to darkhorse.com, see all the products that we're coming out with, like figures and statues. That's kind of what I make. So it's kind of just like, you know, checking out what we're making. Oh. Or if you want to find me on Instagram, you know, shoot me a DM or something like that.
I'm going to find you on Instagram. I'm going to find you on Instagram.
That sounded like a threat.
It is a threat.
That did sound like a threat.
Tony, where are we going to find you?
You can find me on Twitter or any social media at Geek Therapeutics, or on Twitter because you have a 15 character limit on it. It's Geek Therapeutic, and you can also find us down in the booth area, and we're selling gemstone dice. We're almost done, and support us on the Kickstarter we just got.
Awesome. And I deleted all my social media for my mental health, so if any of you need permission to do that. But for the sake of professional networking, my name is Dr. Lee Hughes. You can find me on LinkedIn, because that doesn't count as social networking. If you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here.